I'll go first. I like the Florida Panthers. They're plus 125 on the road in Pittsburgh. The Penguins are minus 145. The over-under here, 6.5. The Panthers will be on the second night of a back-to-back. They'll be playing at MSG on Monday night. Alex Lyon will start, so we could hopefully see Spencer Knight in this one. He was in a conditioning stint in the AHL for the past few days while he's recovering from an injury. Sergei Bobrovsky also banged up, so it would be Knight or Lyon, and I don't think that they're or Matt Gudzik, I believe, is the number 4 goalie. So I don't think they're going to go with him here in a game that's huge in terms of playoff implications. The Panthers could be just 1 point behind the Penguins if they get the win in New York on Monday night. At most, they'll be 3 back. So a huge game for the Panthers to try to get going here. They're 7-2-1 over their last 10. Their underlying numbers all season have been pretty good. Aaron Ekblad looks like he'll play. Looks like Sam Bennett is going to play. They were injury doubts earlier this morning, coming out of their last game. And the Penguins, to me, they're uninspiring. They're pedestrian. They're playing to a really mediocre level, and it's been going on for a while now. This isn't just a 10-game blip now. This is going all the way back to the beginning of the holiday break and maybe even a little before. And you just have to always wonder with this team where, as the season gets longer, and these guys, because they're long in the tooth, they've dealt with Jeff Petrie being out, Chris Letang's been out for a while, and the goaltending I think is, I know Tristan Jarry had a pretty good game against the Devils. The first goal was soft, but that was the only one he gave up until overtime. But you just can't really rely on Jarry and DeSmith right now, especially with Jarry coming off of a pretty lengthy injury. So there's just enough red flags here for Pittsburgh that I think that you're getting the better team, although I know it's a back-to-back, so I think that we might see even an overreaction here in Florida, depending on how they do against the Rangers, especially this number get even bigger. But I'm expecting this to be a much tighter game than these odds imply. I think that these two teams are right now on pretty equal footing. I know Pittsburgh will have the last change, but Sidney Crosby against Sasha Barkov is not, that's a matchup that you won't be afraid of. Sidney Crosby is obviously awesome, but he's not going to own the puck if Florida can get that matchup. So I like the Panthers here. I think the number is good enough to keep going against this Pittsburgh team that I think is skating on thin ice.
Yeah, I kind of see both sides of it. I'm curious to see what defensive personnel the Penguins have for this game, just because I do think it's a valid concern to say that a lot of the downswing there was just that they had numerous puck movers out at the same time, and they were just getting caved in their own zone. They couldn't break out worse than usual. So I see it. I'm a little intrigued or interested to see the Panthers goaltending situation too, because that could be, if you're talking about a 4-string option, that's where it starts to get a little concerning.
Yeah, I'll say this, like if it is Matt Gudzik in goal, it's a this point, this part of the show is probably moot, but I would be shocked if Spencer Knight, he's joining the team in New York. He's not going to play in New York, so that tells me that it'll likely be Knight against the Penguins, and he's put up some good performances in the AHL in his conditioning stint. So yeah, give me the Cats here as my underdog. And now we'll flip it over to you for the game of the night, Sharks and Red Wings.
Yeah, not a lot of excitement with the Sharks and Red Wings, but I was surprised at how long this number is. I think we're going to see sharp money come in on the Sharks, and the numbers are going to be worse. These two teams are like nearly identical if you lop off the first month of the season, which I get that that's a thing, blah, blah, blah. But the Sharks are controlling more of the play. They're winning at a nearly identical rate to the Red Wings once you get rid of the hot start that Detroit had. And I think the talent level on each team is actually kind of comparable. I know the Red Wings have a few more young guys in the mix that are kind of inspiring some excitement. But really, when you just boil it down, just like you said with the Panthers thing, I don't think this is a game where Detroit should be as favored as they are. And I think it's just kind of an easy case to say that the Sharks are going to hang around. They're going to make this tough, and that they shouldn't be this big of an underdog.